なんていう貝なんだろう。
ついてない。
ね、深いね。気をつけて。おー、深い。またアザラシがいましたね。転んでいました。多分今干潮で陸になってるけど、本当に
Are jullie maar voort? Net? Ja. So, in the Netherlands we have two types of seals, two species. So the common seal and the grey seal. And just now, Flapje, the one we released, is a common seal. And you can recognize them because the common seals have a very round face and a very short snout, like a cat's snout. And the grey seal has a very long snout, like a dog. And also the nose of the common seal is in the shape of a triangle. And for the grey seal, it's more two stripes next to each other on the nose. So in the face, you can recognize them very, very well. By size, you can recognize them as well when they're adults. So the common seal grows up to 1 meter 80 and 150 kilos, so it's quite large. And so, you know, the tall men here are about 1 meter 80. And the grey seal is about 2 meter 80. So it's from here to the end of the platform here. It's that big.
でかっ。2メートルだって。
プラットフォームでそこの階段あるところ。
まあ2メートル。
And it can get up to 300 kilos, just as much as a horse piece. Yeah. Those are the babies. The common seal is born in the summer, June, July, and the grey seal is born in the winter, December, January.
Because it's white.
It's white, yeah, it has an extra coat on, so you're completely right. Yeah, yeah. So it has this white coat for the first 3 weeks. Then the mother leaves and it's independent, so it needs to be able to swim. And that's very difficult with a white coat, so he needs to lose it. So he sheds the fur and then he gets his normal.
3 weeks?
Yeah, which is special because they are mammals. They are just like us, and usually mammals stay a long time with their parents. But for seals, it's very dangerous if they do. Because there is a lot of risk, and seals grow fast in a very short time period, and the mother can't do that for longer than 3 weeks because she loses 1/3 of her body weight. Because the milk that she makes has 45% fat. So imagine your body producing that takes a lot of energy. So it's only 3 weeks, then they're independent.
So,
yeah, for him it's only 3 weeks. Longer it's not possible. For him it's 3 to 4 weeks because because this one is a bit more independent because he doesn't have the white fur. He can already go a little bit in the water. 3 to 4. So it may be 1 week longer, but not longer than that. Yeah. The problem that we see happening most is that when the mother is hunting for herself and leaves the puppy on the beach, that people come too close to the pup. When the mother sees that, she's afraid to come back to her puppy. And that's how a lot of these seals get orphaned. This summer we have 50 seals in our sanctuary. Over half of them are with us because people came too close. So we really try to explain to everybody that it's very important to keep your distance from the seals. You can always call us if you're worried about the seals, but please never approach them on your own because they are perfectly healthy. It's fine. The mother can leave them for 8 or 9 hours on their own. See? The things that people do wrong, it's not always on purpose. It's mostly because people don't know a lot about seals and how to act around them. But they are wild animals, so please keep at least 30 meters distance. Here this lady is holding a seal, which is very dangerous as well because this one can already bite really hard. It still needs to be with his mother, so his mother cannot find him if she's walking around with him. A lot of people want to make pictures of the seal, but also with the seal. And we see a lot of problems with dogs as well. The dog just wants to protect us, or they're scared of the seal. But we see a lot of accidents happening there. Yeah, unfortunately. Other thing that we see is ensnarements. So when the seal is ensnared with, for instance, fishing nets, fishing lines, stuff like that. So everything that's in the sea that shouldn't be there. We can see here that it happens more often now. The orange is the gray seals, the blue is the common seals. And it happens more often to the gray seals because they are the more curious species. They're a little bit bigger, so they're not as afraid as the common seal. And everything that is new to them and has a fish inside or something like that is interesting to them to play with. So we see the most problems with them, especially around the neck of the animal because seals are quite strong. They can free themselves quite easily, generally, except for around their neck, because they can't reach there. And because the animal is oftentimes growing, they don't have the experience yet of an adult seal. They grow into the net, and that can be dangerous. So we try and release them if it's not possible because there are important parts of the neck open, then they need to come to our center and we help them there. So that is also something that we see. So in the past it actually was always not going so well with the seals. Since the Middle Ages we've been hunting seals, and after that the fishermen thought that that the seals ate the fish. And so they start killing or hunting the seals, and if you brought in one flipper to the government or to town hall, then you would receive money, and whole families used to do that, and that's why you see this decline here. It's drastically. Eventually people that lived here around the harbor, they realized what was going on and that it's not good for the sea. So they started taking in seals into their homes to try and save them. They put them in the yard in a bucket of water, like a big bucket of water, and tried to help them like that. Then they stopped eventually with the hunting, but then they started building these dikes, and then the seals couldn't reach the shore anymore, which caused a lot of problems for them. The gray seal even left this area completely. But because these people started taking in the seals, slowly people started thinking differently about the seals in a more positive way. And then we see them here returning because we started protecting the seals more and more. Some grew out to be sanctuaries like Pieterburen and like Ekomar in Texel as well. And that helped tremendously. We see everything growing here. The population, we have had some viruses in 1988 and in 2002, which is what you see here, the dips in the population. But it's still growing here. We are about here right now, and we do have around 10,000 gray seals right now and 8,000 common seals, which is very, very good for the population. And we really hope that we can see how the population can balance itself. That would be great. It will be the first time that we see that. So yeah, we're really hoping for that. Yeah.